Erling Haaland with his 24th goal of the season, 3 ahead of anyone else in the race for the Golden Boot. And should Haaland win, it will be his 3rd Golden Boot in 4 seasons since moving to England. Just an incredibly dominant player he has been for Pep, Manchester City and in the Premier League. So as the staff and players leave the pitch, we welcome you back into our Premier League studios. Cara Banks alongside Robbie Earle. And I have to say, Robbie, they got it done, but that must have been a nervy watch for all Man City fans towards the end, and Pep Guardiola.
Yeah, we saw a couple of shots of Pep sitting in the dugout, sort of talking to his staff and rubbing his beard. It was interesting, you know, because the scenes at the end were more telling than the 90 minutes of the game. The congratulations, the cheers, the reaction with the fans tells you how big this was to go top of the table. You know, there were 9 points behind not long ago. There was all the talk of whether Arsenal will win this earlier than the end of the season. So to have clawed that back in today's game, where it was such a contrast to the weekend against Arsenal, where it was a game of tactical and sophistication and class, and they got the job done. Today was reasonably scrappy. They had possession, but they didn't turn it into great goal-scoring chances. But the most important thing for the football club today was to win the game and go top of the league, and they've done both of those things. The
expectation was that they would win the game, and of course they did, but it was just by 1 goal, so it could have been a lot worse. And given that that is really the difference maker between Arsenal and City right now, Arsenal fans might be breathing a slight sigh of relief that it was only a 1-goal win.
Arsenal are looking for hope now, and hope might be that, yeah, that was maybe a bit more like the City we saw earlier in the season when they didn't put teams away. But I think, you know, you've got to look back to the weekend. I think the emotional, physical sort of draw of that game, of that win against Arsenal, maybe took a little bit of the edge away, and when you score as they did after 6 minutes, probably feel that the next goal's going to come, and they never really push the foot on the gas. But listen, they've won the game, they've scored the goal, they've kept a clean sheet, and they go top of the table. Yeah, so maybe an emotional drop, definitely a bit of a flat atmosphere at Turf Moor. John and Lee were speaking about how there weren't really that many fans there, particularly, of course, for Burnley, for the home team, a lot of empty seats. For Arsenal now, this has to give them, I mean, maybe this gives them a kick that they needed. They've had a difficult couple of weeks in the Premier League. They host Arsenal, as you heard John say, at the Emirates this coming weekend. They could reclaim the lead once again. Well, both teams are in control at the moment. You look at the table, it couldn't be any tighter, you know, with the 5 games. There's one more twist in this race. There's one more twist somewhere. 10 games, 5 for Arsenal and 5 for Manchester City. This is the Premier League, and there'll be a twist somewhere. Somebody's going to draw or drop a point, and that's going to be the difference. Well, yeah, if they win out, which they could do, if each team wins out from here, 5 games remain, as you heard, then the title will be decided on the tiebreakers, which right now is being decided by the amount of goals scored, and City lead Arsenal by 3 in that regard. Let's get back out to Turf Moor, shall we, and join John Champion and Lee Dixon once again. Gents, enjoyed listening to you. A bit of a different atmosphere, of course, to the Etihad on Sunday, but overall it was the result that was expected from today, was it not?
I think we got there in the end, yeah, but not quite by the route that we expect. I mean, how are you going to come down from the utter exhilaration of the game that we've just enjoyed here? Because
it's a difficult one. If you put the 2 games we've just watched in the last few days at totally opposite ends of the spectrum, but the mentality of City today is get the job done. The possession, they were never really under threat. Burnley didn't really have the quality up front to put away the chances that it created, but you just think Pep will probably go in the dressing room after and he goes, well done lads, you've got the, because that's all that matters now, it's the 3 points, and it was really important for him today to go to the top again and actually look down at the rest of the league, and I think that's a big plus for them. And also from Arsenal's point of view, it's like that kind of the shoulders drop. We're not top now. They've got to go again to try and they've got a, you know, Newcastle away from home. At home against Newcastle, you'd expect them to win the game, but the pressure's on, and I think Robbie's right. I think there will be a slip here and there. Somebody will drop a point somewhere, and then everyone will pile on and go, oh, they're doing this, doing that. So get the job done, doesn't matter how you do it. I think they were always going to win this game, but at times it was kind of it's a bit turgid to watch, wasn't it, in the second half?
And whilst our emphasis is inevitably on the title race, we are saying farewell to your old team, Burnley, tonight.
Yeah, and it's sad, but they haven't done enough. The gap, as you said before the game, is huge from the Championship coming up. They haven't done enough in the transfer window to bridge that gap, and we've seen, and the disconnect with the fans is a big thing here because they rely on that, and they've not had it over the last few games. And you might say, quite rightly so, because he's not played very well, but it's a tough bounce back from this.
It is. It's City's night, though. We've waved farewell to Burnley, fondly but rather sadly. City, top of the league for the first time in 8 months, thanks to that early goal by Erling Haaland, who's talking now with Sky Sports' Juliet Ferrington.
Erling, you can hear the fans. We are top of the league, goals scored. Could you have done more tonight with more goals?
Yeah, we had a lot of chances, but I'm happy we win, and that's the most important thing. Anything else, don't think, just try to win.
Are we at this stage now at the business end of the season where it is just about winning? Performance comes second?
One more time, sorry, I didn't...
The result is more important than the performance because the levels, they weren't as strong as we saw at the weekend from you guys against Arsenal.
Yeah, I mean, as I said,
First
it's all
9
about
games
winning,
since
no
when
matter
only
how.
one win in
we try to play our football and
24 matches.
just try to win. That's what you
for the
have
Clarets.
to have in your mindset, and now focus on Saturday.
And it also shows, I think, a team against Burnley when probably many were expecting more goals to be scored here tonight, how difficult a title challenge it is for you.
Don't think about other goals, think about winning, as I said now 3 times.
What about going into the weekend then? Huge weekend as well with an FA Cup semi-final. It could be a really strong month for you, April, couldn't it?
It can, it's been good so far, so keep going, try to win now on Saturday and then Everton.
And you keep that mood going as well in the dressing room, because I imagine it will be a bouncy dressing room despite the 1-0 scoreline here.
1-0 is amazing, I'm super happy. I don't know why you keep on asking me that. I'm super happy, we win, we get 3
So
points.
where we go, City in their changed colours this evening.
So be happy.
They did not stop singing
Difficult
tonight.
lead diction to
Player of the
construct.
match again, Erling. Congratulations.
Midfielder as such.
Here he is, going everywhere, in fact, almost all the way through.
And City will play Southampton in the FA Cup semi-final on Saturday, but Premier League coverage continues Friday as Sunderland host Nottingham Forest. Forest will be looking to keep moving further away from the relegation zone. Tune in to USA Network at 2 p.m. Eastern to preview that game with us. Then on Saturday, Aston Villa travel to West London to face Fulham at 7:30 a.m. Eastern on USA ahead of Wolves Spurs at 10 a.m. That is a crucial fixture in the relegation race. Wolves officially relegated as of Monday this week. And Arsenal will be looking to go back ahead of Man City as the Gunners face Newcastle at 12:30, also on USA Network. And there's no Premier League action on Sunday, but Manchester United Brentford will close out the match week on Monday night.